Today's lesson is called Denim Jeans, from worker safety to fashion staple. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
I'm Roger. Today we're going to continue talking about jeans, or cowboy pants as they call them here in Taiwan, 牛仔裤. But of course we did talk about the history of jeans in our last program, and we talked about the fact that jeans mostly were for workers or laborers who were railroad workers and farmers and cowboys. And once the cowboys started showing up on TV and in movies, they became mainstream fashion items. So we're going to talk about today mostly about how they became so mainstream and how you can look cool and which jeans maybe you should buy.
Yeah, once upon a time, denim jeans, they were kind of a big deal, but only amongst laborers. Yeah, denim jeans there were a necessity for people who had really tough, physical, demanding jobs. Railroad workers, farmers, and then cowboys. Now, railroad workers and farmers never really caught on, okay? Their style, I should say, didn't catch on in the mainstream, but hey, people liked cowboys. They thought, hey, cowboys are cool. Let's dress like cowboys. Apparently, even the ladies liked this idea. Yeah, in the 1930s, an image of a woman sporting a pair of Levi's that was in Vogue magazine, and it told everybody that soon, yes, jeans would be everywhere. They would be mainstream fashion. That's where we left off last time. So let's go ahead and get started once again. Remember, we're still talking about denim jeans, the history of jeans from worker safety to fashion staple.
By the 1950s, jeans had become part of popular culture thanks to Hollywood actors like James Dean, whose leather jacket and denim jeans gave him a cool rebel image. However, jeans were still considered to be a part of the working class uniform rather than something that was meant for the runway. It wasn't until the 1970s that expensive designer jeans hit the market.
Okay, now the history of jeans goes back quite a ways. I think jeans were invented in the western United States in San Francisco or so, with Levi Strauss and that other fella, Mr. Davis there, coming up with that idea of putting rivets and button flies in jeans or in denim fabric. And of course, they were used by laborers then, but now they've become mainstream. So by the 1950s, jeans had become part of popular culture. They were mainstream, as we can say. Most people knew about them, and most people accepted them as something you could wear in your everyday life, and not when you were working on the railroad or as a farmer or as a laborer. So yeah, they became part of popular culture thanks to Hollywood actors like Jimmy Dean. Remember him, Rebel Without a Cause? He had this leather jacket and denim jeans. He also wore a t-shirt, I think, underneath his leather jacket. There are lots of pictures of him posing in those clothes, and that gave him a cool rebel image. A rebel, of course, is somebody who rebels, who says, no, I'm not going to do things like everybody else does.
There you go. They're not an outlaw, maybe, okay? It won't go that far, but yes, they do their own thing. Maybe they oppose the status quo or something like that, or they don't like the establishment, you could say. But yes, James Dean, he had a cool rebel image. Yeah, people thought he was cool, not because he was an outlaw or a bad guy, but because he did his own thing. He was independent. There you go. Yeah, that was James Dean. Now, however, jeans were still considered to be a part of the working class uniform rather than something that was meant for the runway. So remember, jeans entered mainstream fashion, but did they become haute couture? Did they become super stylish and trendy? Not quite yet. Yes, it wasn't until the 1970s that expensive designer jeans hit the market. There you go. People still thought, why would I spend a huge amount of money on a pair of Levi's? That doesn't make any sense. These are just worker pants or laborer's pants or something I might wear around the house when I'm not on the job or in the office. Why would I ever do something like that? Spend so much money on a pair of jeans? Well, people didn't do that until the 1970s, and then expensive designer jeans hit the market or they went on sale.
So notice here this pattern. It wasn't until the 1970s that expensive designer jeans hit the market. We could basically say that expensive designer jeans hit the market in the 1970s, but we want to stress the fact that we waited a long time for this to happen. It wasn't until the 1970s that they hit the market. I could say it wasn't until Friday that my package finally arrived.
There you go. Okay, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll have more on jeans.
Today, the global jeans industry is worth over $65 billion as companies continually develop and expand their range of cuts, colors, and styles. Producing all of those jeans requires a lot of raw material, however, and cotton, which is used in the construction of denim fabric, is not the most environmentally friendly crop. It requires enormous amounts of land, water, and pesticides to grow.
各位好，第二部分我们看到形容词 enormous 指庞大的、巨大的。例如 The ship struck an enormous iceberg 那艘船撞上庞大的冰山。或是 An enormous whale washed up on the beach 一只巨大的鲸鱼被冲上海岸。另外补充一个相关片语 An enormous amount of something A-M-O-U-N-T An enormous amount of something 表示极大量的……我们可以说Rock climbing requires an enormous amount of strength. 攀岩需要极大量的体力。
Okay, let's talk about the next part of our lesson. And where have jeans come? And what are they like today? Well, today, in modern times, the global jeans industry is worth over $65 billion as companies continually develop and expand their range of cuts, colors, and styles. So now jeans indeed are fashionable, and it's here to stay, and it's worth a lot of money. I can't even begin to imagine how much $65 billion is, but various companies around the world continually develop new products. So continually here means without stopping. I could say, oh, yesterday it rained continually from the morning all through the evening.
There you go. You could also say that an artist like Bob Dylan is known for continually changing his style. Yeah, Bob Dylan will change the way he sings. Well, he kind of sings the same way all the time. He's got that very distinctive voice, but sometimes he plays country music, rock music. Sometimes it's more like folk. He changes his styles continually over and over again. Anyways, the global jeans industry, it's worth a lot. And jeans companies, they're always developing and changing things. They develop and they expand their range of cuts, colors, and also styles.
Yep, the cuts, how the cloth is cut and sewn together. And of course, you got different colors and different styles. Maybe they put rhinestones on the pockets and stuff like that. All sorts of different designs and styles. And producing all of those jeans requires a lot of raw material. However, and cotton, which is used in the construction of denim fabric, is not the most environmentally friendly crop. So indeed, you probably might be wondering, hey, what's the cloth in jeans? What sort of cloth or fabric are they made from? Well, it's cotton. They use cotton in pretty much all clothing these days, except for maybe polyester and wool, but cotton is extremely common. So it is used in the construction of denim fabric. Construction just means when you make something like building construction, for example, you might work in construction, you might get a job in construction, but here we also are talking about fabric, which is the same as cloth, but fabric is usually used to define specific types of cloth and what it's made of.
Apparently, when you make denim, it's not super environmentally friendly, okay? So yes, it requires enormous amounts of land, water, and pesticides to grow. There you go. You need cotton to make that denim. And yes, if you do want to grow cotton, that's not good for the environment. When you grow it, you use a bunch of stuff. You use enormous or very large amounts of land, water, and pesticides as well. Now, I will say this, okay? Usually jeans are worn for a very long time, so maybe there's a balance there. Like with fast fashion, people use cotton and stuff like that, and then they end up throwing those clothes away quite quickly. I don't think that's the way it works with jeans, though. Yeah, maybe it's worth it because people can wear a pair of jeans for maybe years on end. All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take another break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up our article on denim jeans.
Fortunately, several brands have begun to include eco-friendly materials and processes in their production. Some use organic cotton, which requires less water and no synthetic pesticides to grow. Other brands use upcycled and scrap cotton. Still others try to minimize the use of toxic chemicals. By virtue of such brands, future generations can enjoy these durable wardrobe essentials without having to choose between fashion and the environment.
第三部分，我们看到单字 synthetic 这个字是形容词，指合成的、人造的。举例来说 Sandy bought a pair of synthetic leather pants which looked like they were made of real leather. Sandy 买了一条合成皮裤，看起来很像是真皮做的。或是 The suit is made entirely of synthetic material. 这套衣服完全是用人造材料制成。再来，我们看到单字 scrap 这个字是名词，指碎屑、碎片、金属、纸张等废料。例如 Dogs will eat scraps of food that they find on the ground. 狗会吃地上食物的碎屑。或是 They threw the old steel out as scrap. 他们把旧钢铁当作废料丢掉。另外，这个字除了课文的意思，还可以指吵架。像是 Brian got into a scrap with another boy at school. Brian 在学校和另一个男孩吵架。而 scrap 也可以当动词，指放弃、销毁。我们可以说 The team scrapped their plans and decided to try a different approach. 那个团队放弃了他们的计划，决定尝试新的方法。接着我们看到动词 minimize， 指使减到最少，使降到最低。例如 You can minimize the damage you do to plants by always walking on the trail in the park. 借由尽量走在公园的人行道上，你可以将对植物的伤害减到最少。或是 Many scientists believe that reducing the usage of fossil fuels will minimize harm to the environment. 许多科学家认为减少石油使用可将对环境的伤害降到最低。另外，补充反义动词 maximize M-A-X-I-M-I-Z-E maximize 指增至最大，到最大限度。像是The company cut costs to maximize profits. 该公司缩减成本，让利润最大化。或是 The government has a new program to maximize energy efficiency in all its buildings. 政府有一套新系统，能让所有建筑物的能源效能发挥到最大。最后，我们看到单字 wardrobe 这个字是名词，指衣柜、衣橱、某人全部服装。例如The actor's wardrobe contained the unusual clothes that he had to wear on stage. 那名演员的衣橱有着他上台要穿的奇异服装。或是 John asked his mom to buy a new summer wardrobe for him. John 要他妈妈帮他买一批夏天的新衣服。
Okay, let's talk about the last part in today's lesson. It's a little long, so we'll break it down for you. Fortunately, several brands have begun to include eco-friendly materials and processes in their production. So people are becoming more environmentally friendly as time goes on. People are realizing that they are destroying the earth with their habits, so they want these companies to offer some environmentally friendly options. So yes, lots of brands have answered, and they have begun to include eco-friendly materials and processes in their production. Eco-friendly is just short for ecologically friendly or environmentally friendly. They're basically the same thing. In other words, 环保. They're very good, or at least they're better for the environment.
Anyways, yes, producing denim, you have to have cotton. And cotton, well, that's not a great crop for the environment. So fortunately, several brands of jeans have begun to include eco-friendly materials and also processes in their production. Yes, some use organic cotton. Okay, that's one option, which requires less water and also no synthetic pesticides to grow. So there you go. Some of these companies, they think, you know what? Let's go ahead and produce cotton in a more eco-friendly way. We'll go ahead and produce or make some organic cotton, or I should say they grow or have grown some organic cotton. So they're not going to use synthetic fertilizers. They're not going to use synthetic pesticides. No. This is going to be organic cotton. By the way, the word synthetic here, it means fake. If something is synthetic, it has been made in a lab by scientists or something like that. That synthetic thing is supposed to resemble something that actually exists in the real world, but it's not that real thing. Like when I was growing up, we had soccer balls. And yes, usually the soccer balls were made from synthetic leather. On game day, we would play with a very nice soccer ball that was made with real leather. But when we were practicing, we'd play with those cheap balls that were made out of synthetic leather.
Exactly. So synthetic is the same in meaning as artificial, and the opposite is natural. So basically, they use natural pesticides. And they use those natural pesticides to grow the cotton. Now, other brands, other companies use upcycled and scrap cotton. Scrap cotton, I guess, is cotton that is not used in the production process, so they kind of save it, and then they recycle it and use that to produce the jeans so they don't waste so much cotton.
Or maybe there's some cotton left over that might have been thrown out into the garbage otherwise or something like that. Now people are thinking, you know what? We can use that scrap cotton and cut down on cotton waste. Now, there's more. Still others try to minimize the use of toxic chemicals. So there you go. There are other companies who are doing other things. And one of these other things they're doing is minimizing the use of toxic chemicals. By the way, if you minimize something, you make that thing as small as possible, okay? When you minimize something like a number, okay, you want that number to be as small as possible. Here, they're minimizing the use of toxic chemicals, i.e., let's find a way to use the smallest amount of these chemicals as is possible.
Yep, companies want to minimize mistakes in the production process and maximize profits. So here, some companies will minimize the use of those poisonous, toxic chemicals. By virtue of such brands, future generations can enjoy these durable wardrobe essentials without having to choose between fashion and the environment. By virtue of such brands. Because these brands are well known and they are respected, we should say that because of the efforts of these brands, future generations will enjoy these jeans that will be environmentally friendly.
Yep, and they'll still be durable. Remember, jeans are well made. They're sturdy, okay? They can withstand a lot, so you can say that they are durable. That's the idea here. And yes, it says the future generations will be able to enjoy these durable wardrobe essentials. By the way, at the very beginning of our article, in the title even, we talked about jeans as being a fashion staple. Okay, you could also say that jeans are a wardrobe essential.
Something you need to have in your wardrobe. That doesn't refer specifically to your closet where you keep your clothes, but it does refer to the collection of clothing that you have, that you wear on a day-to-day basis. And yet you won't be able to choose between fashion and the environment. You'll be environmentally friendly, but still make a wonderful fashion statement. Okay, that brings us to the end of our explanation. Let's listen now to our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第一部分的最后一句提到说 It wasn't until the 1970s that expensive designer jeans hit the market. 直到1970年代，昂贵的设计师牛仔裤才打进市场。好，这边用到的句型是 It wasn't until 什么什么 that 什么什么。那在看这个句型之前，我们先来复习2个重点。第一个是我们先前有说过分列句句型是 it is 或是 it was 什么什么加上 that 什么什么来强调句中某部分，那会把强调部分摆在 it is跟 that 之间，或是 it was 跟 that 之间，剩下字词摆 that 后方。第二个重点是 not until 什么什么，它表示直到什么什么才怎么样，后面可以接名词或是子句。好，那回到这个句型 it wasn't until 什么什么 that 什么什么，它就是分列句和 not until 什么什么的结合，用分列句去强调 not until 加名词或是 not until 加子句，来表达直到什么才怎么样。那以课文的句子来看，它原本可以写作 Expensive designer jeans did not hit the market until the 1970s。 我们把句子里面的 not 还有 until the 1970s 拉出来，然后摆到 it was 和 that 之间，再把剩下的字词丢到 that 后方。这时候句子会写作It was not until the 1970s that expensive designer jeans did hit the market. 这个 was 跟 not 我们可以把它缩写成 wasn't。 那么 that 后方的动词的部分本来是 did not hit， 可是 not 被拿去前面用了，剩下 did hit。 这时候其实 did 它已经没有存在必要了，我们就把 did 删掉，然后把 hit 改回过去式。可是 hit 的三态同形啊，所以还是一样写作 hit， 所以这个句子就变成 It wasn't until the 1970s that expensive designer jeans hit the market。 好，那我们来造一个例句试试看。 I didn't get your message until this morning。好，我们如果用分列句来强调句中的 not until this morning， 句子就会写作 It wasn't until this morning that I got your message。 这个动词的部分又改成过去式 got， 意思就是说直到今天早上我才收到你的讯息。好，接着看到课文第二部分有一个单字是 construction， 它表示建造、建筑，它是来自动词 construct。 那我们来学它的字首字根。 struct 这个字根呢，它有 pile 或者是 build 的意思，表示堆叠啊或是建造。那么在 construct 这个字当中，它的字首 con 表示一起， struct 表示建造，那么合在一起就是建造建构的意思咯。顺便补充其他有相同字根的单字。第一个是 instruct， 它的字首 in 表示在什么的上方，那么 struct 表示建造。那同学们试着想，人家在执行建造工程的时候，不是会有人在上面指挥吗？就很像工头啊什么的，那么 instruct 就有这种指导指挥的意思。好，第二个单字 destruction， 它的字首 de 表示去除或是否定，那么 struct 表示建造， ion 是名词字尾。什么叫做去除建造或是否定建造呢？当我们把某一个构造建筑物除掉，是不是表示要把它破坏掉呢？所以 destruction 它就有毁灭破坏的意思。好，第三个补充的是 obstruct， obstruct。 好，它的字首 ob 表示妨碍，那么 struct 表示建造，合在一起 obstruct 它就有阻止、妨碍或是挡住、堵塞的意思。好，以上今天重点整理，我们回顾今天的单字吧。
Rebel. The singer adopted a rebel image to attract more teenage fans. Continually. I can't figure out why I'm continually getting error messages on my brand new computer. Construction. Still under construction, the new train station is expected to open next year. Fabric. This fabric looks strong, but it actually tears easily. Enormous. Brazil produces an enormous amount of the world's coffee. Organic. This restaurant is noted for using fresh organic ingredients in all of its dishes. Scrap. The artist used scrap metal to make the sculpture. Durable. My durable hiking boots have lasted for years.
Discussion Starter starts now!
Here comes our discussion starter for today. The question is, would you start wearing eco-friendly denim brands? Why or why not?
And, well, right now, I'm going to keep wearing the same brands because I just bought a new pair of jeans, okay? And I'm going to wear these until they fall apart completely. So, in the future, maybe, yes, I will start wearing eco-friendly denim brands. For now, I'm going to wear the jeans that I've got.
I would switch to eco-friendly brands because the ones I have now are falling apart at the seams. I've been wearing them for many, many years. I don't really like to buy new fashions all the time, but I do think it's time to get some new clothing items in my wardrobe. So indeed, when I go searching for some new jeans, I will certainly check the label to see if they are eco-friendly.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.